Oh my God, guys, like it's crazy. Like that's how the normal YouTube intro goes to get you hooked, but that shit, guys. So hey, Joel Wall here. And over the last 10 years of my life, I have managed thousands of employees. And what I've realized is that my leadership style sucked. And it all changed in one weekend where I watched one TV show and it showed me everything about how we can become better leaders. So let me tell you about that now. All right, guys. So most of you might be thinking, well, Joel, if I can sit on a couch all weekend and just magically become a better leader, what the fuck? I would go ahead and do that. And I'm telling you, it's true. But it's only true if you look for certain things inside of this one TV show. And this TV show is Naked and Afraid. Now, I've watched tons of these episodes with my wife. And every single episode, I learned something different about how human psychology works when it's put into certain situations, how we are able to adapt and conquer no matter what. I mean, these people are dropped off without shoes, shirt, definitely no service. They have nothing. They literally have like a machete each other. They've never met each other. It's completely crazy. And I love it because what it does, especially in business every single day, is you're thrown into situations that you may or may not have experience with. And if you have experience with it, then you're the GOAT. People go to you and they're like, please help us with this. If you don't have experience with it, then you find a way to make that work. So a lot of these people, like a prime example, a lot of these people are like, oh, I'm an amazing fire starter. And they can start a fire. And for us, we're kind of like, well, that's stupid. My AC's on, whatever. But when they get in these situations, I've heard this phrase so many times on the show where they say, man, this is so much easier back where I'm from because the wood's not wet. It's not this. It's not that. Like there's so many excuses. But at the end of the day, they need to get a fucking fire started. So the way that I correlate that back to my businesses is that at the end of the day, no matter what my fucking team's excuses are, or no matter what my excuses are, I need to get a fire started. That fire is either motivating my team, making sure sales is on point, making sure our account managers are retaining clients, making sure we're upselling. Whatever that fire is, I have to get it started. Now, there's multiple ways, multiple techniques, multiple things that we can use to make that fire. But at the end of the day, our goal is to start the fire. All right, that's just one of these hundreds of lessons I've learned. But today I want to give you 4 lessons. All right, 4 major lessons that I've taken away from this, that I have implemented into my business and have already seen growth because of these lessons. All right. Number 1, set the right example, being a leader. Okay. So I've watched this show and there's a couple times where these people get on and they're the lone wolf mentality. They're like, I need protein, or I need this, or I need this because my body's feeling this way. And as soon as that happens, my wife and I were sitting there eating popcorn. We look at each other and we're like, nah, they're going to tap out. They're not strong enough. And what I related back into business is that if you're in a business and you're thinking, I'm going to do this all by myself, I'm going to grow this, I'm going to grow that, whatever that bullshit is, stop. Do yourself a favor. Let me save you years of your life of struggling and stop. You need to get a team in place that can do things when you go do something else. So for instance, they go start the fire, you go gather firewood. Okay, let's put that into sales. I have a sales guy on a call. He's closing people. I'm building a system to go prospect for more people to come into our system so that we can sell more people and keep that fire going. So we can feed that fire. All right. If you think that you can prospect and feed the fire and go catch food and make sure the fire is still running and build your shelter and go catch food and go make sure you boil your water to purify it and all this kind of stuff. And if you relate that back to your business, if you think you can do that by yourself, great. And if you can't do that by yourself, great. However, you will never hit 7 figures or more. And you might barely hit mid-6. Because if you don't have a team in place to do these certain tasks, to master those certain tasks, you are going to get destroyed by your competition. And in this show, in Naked and Afraid, their competition is the jungle or the forest or wherever they're placed. That's their competition, and it's unrelenting. The second piece that of the 4 pillars that I would say that this show has taught me on how to strengthen my leadership is continuously develop your leadership skills. A lot of us plateau. A lot of us get to a point where we're like, you know, Joel, I'm really good. I know this, I know that, I just landed this, I just did that, blah, 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 whatever. And we stop because we're comfortable. And the thing is, if you're not constantly uncomfortable, you're not constantly growing. And if you've never looked at the video or the story of like how a lobster grows, please go look at it after this video. Because how a lobster grows is how you need to grow as a person, how you need to grow as an individual, and how you need to grow as your business. You need to put constant stress on the weakest pieces of your business so that it improves, so that it gets better, so that it flows and functions better. And you need to do the same shit for your life. If you're not constantly challenging yourself and pushing yourself into new avenues, new things, doing new things, then you're just fucking wasting your time. You're wasting your life, all right? That's what I mean by constantly develop your leadership skills. Look at other avenues, other things in this world that you can bring into your style, your team, your life, your family, whatever it is. Constantly be developing and improving your skills, because you're only as strong as your weakest skill. You're only as strong as your weakest team member, your weakest attribute, your weakest system inside of your business. You're only as strong as that. It doesn't matter how great your sales process is. If you can't get results, you'll never be strong as your sales process. So you have to focus on what's the weakest part of your game and improve it. All right, guys. So I went on a rant on leadership because I love leadership and I love everything about it. And I think that the lessons that Naked and Afraid teach you is so much, so bountiful. So I actually have to split this video up into 2 videos. So if you want to watch part 2, you can watch it right here or there or here. I don't know, but it's going to be somewhere on this screen. Click that, go to part 2. It's chock full of value. Love you guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the links below. Make sure to like that and subscribe. Peace.